into the region. And we do have a tornado watch that has been issued until 7 p.m. and this includes most of East Texas. That does include places such as Tyler, as well as Gilmer, Longview, Henderson, Jacksonville, Nacogdoches, Lufkin, Center, Hemphill, and San Augustine, all under this tornado watch that is issued until 7 p.m. So we'll have to keep an eye out for thunderstorm development once we get a little later on into the day today. And for right now, all across the region, the reason why we had this watch issued was because of our threat level increasing for much of East Texas. So the latest update from the Storm Prediction Center in this sense is that we currently have a level 2 of 5 risk at play along and to the east of places such as Tyler, as well as Jacksonville, Nacogdoches, Lufkin, Center, really in great correlation where our tornado watch was issued. Now, thankfully for us, as we get later into the day today, especially once we get late in the afternoon and early into this evening, the strongest of thunderstorms with this system well to our east. We still have a moderate level 4 or 5 bullseye that's in effect for southeastern Arkansas, northeastern Louisiana, as well as a good portion of the Delta River Valley throughout Mississippi. So again, thankfully for us, once this system crosses the border, it really taps into its available strength and energy, but still closer to home for us. We do have some concern for all of these counties that you see in yellow, especially where we could have some strong or even some severe thunderstorms that happen to develop as we get later into the afternoon. So here's a look at CBS19 radar as we speak right now. Pretty much we've got some light showers to deal with at times along and to the north and east of Interstate 20. So I'm gonna pull up some comments for you here on Facebook and we'll kind of go through the forecast here through the rest of the afternoon. Definitely want to make sure that we're all in a good spot and we have our weather plans in place. Hopefully you are already planning to have to interrupt any of your afternoon or evening Friday errands due to the possibility of some stronger thunderstorms in our forecast as we head really through the rest of the day today. So here's our radar again right now. We'll go ahead and do a bit of a tour across the viewing area. For you folks in deep East Texas right now, all is good. We do have a few light scattered showers at times. This is throughout parts of Angelina and Nacogdoches counties especially. You can see where we've just got some light rain near Lufkin. I bet you folks just to the south and east of Nacogdoches as well, picking up on some light shower activity. Once you move a little farther into deep East Texas near San Augustine and Hemphill, we've got a couple of lighter showers at times. All of this activity that you see on your screen right now, this is continuing to move into parts of Louisiana eventually, I'd say over the next couple of hours. We'll have to keep an eye out for thunderstorm development in this portion of deep East Texas, but for many of us right now, I think we're going to be fine. So I'm getting our comments loaded here on Facebook. Just bear with me and I will be able to start to read through them. For everyone who's watching, thanks again for watching. Beverly from Palestine, also Erica getting some rain in South Tyler. And yeah, you know, the more we can get these showers out ahead of our main system, the better off we're going to be. We'll move a little farther to the north and go ahead and break down some of what we're seeing right now throughout parts of our central counties. This includes Cherokee and Smith counties, including places such as Jacksonville and Tyler. Some pockets of heavier rain starting to develop along this line throughout parts of Smith County. You can see where the line has really started to develop over the last 45 minutes to an hour. We'll put the loop back on and you can see how it's slightly intensified as it's moving farther and farther to the east. So as we start to see more thunderstorms move into this area of untapped air out to the east, including places like Mount Enterprise, Henderson, Longview as well, we're going to gradually see our thunderstorm activity intensify. So this line right now, one bolt of lightning just to the south of Tyler, to the west of Tyler, right along the Henderson-Smith County line. You can see where it's popped up, but for the most part, just this line of showers that are gradually going to intensify the farther east that you move. So we move a little farther north. This is closer to the I-30 corridor, and here's how our shower and thunderstorm development looks so far. There's actually an ongoing severe thunderstorm warning until 2:15 this afternoon. And this warning itself is going to last through the at least next 15 minutes. But we do have some good news as far as trends are concerned. I'll turn the watch off and you can see as I put it back into motion how the lightning around the core of the thunderstorm, it was very intense at the start of this loop. We'll zoom it back in nature and you can see where we had quite a bit of lightning that picked up with this particular cell to the west near Emory as well as Winnsboro, just to the south of Sulphur Springs. This is where we had an eye where the National Weather Service issued the severe thunderstorm warning, and notice once we put it forward in motion and through the rest of the timeline of the storm's development, it has gradually lost out on its lightning, becoming a little more clustered, which would mean that the thunderstorm is weakening. Great news, because of course that means that our warning is likely to be allowed to expire. So the latest data shows that this cluster of thunderstorms is moving off to the north and east at about 60 to 65 miles per hour. So we'll go ahead and put a storm track on this, and I'll go ahead and check the comments first because I did see a comment about DeKalb. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. I apologize if not, but let me go back here and get all of our comments to pull up, and I'll be able to help you out with that and give you a bit of a forecast through the rest of this storm's development. So we have Laurel is Lufkin expecting severe weather. We have sprinkles right now. You know, a couple of showers are moving through Laurel, but I would say that for this afternoon, since there is a tornado watch, there is the possibility that there could be a strong thunderstorm around Lufkin. So I would say that you just need to have your plan in place until the thunderstorms move into Louisiana. Once they get into Louisiana, you'll be okay through the rest of the afternoon. So we move a little farther to the north and east on this cell. I do want to throw a storm track on it since someone had asked about DeKalb. And this continues again to move off to the northeast at about 60 to 65 miles per hour. So this gets it into Arkansas pretty quickly. But if you have any folks in these places, make sure they know what's headed their way. Some heavy rain, gusty winds in Foreman by 231, Jewel by 237, Horatio by 244, into DeQueen by 250, well into Arkansas near Mineral by 3 o'clock this afternoon. So that's some good news for us. And of course, that is where we will continue to watch these thunderstorms really strengthen. It's going to be throughout a good portion of Arkansas and into the Delta River valleys around Mississippi. So a little closer to home along the I-30 corridor, we're getting some comments right now about Winona. Winona, you're under the tornado watch until 7 p.m. So I would say that you need to have a plan in place at least until these thunderstorms get to your east. And then once they do, you will be okay through the rest of the day and you'll be able to go about your Friday evening without any worry. So Morris and Cass County from Debbie. Is it going to be Morris or Cass? Both counties under a tornado watch until 7 p.m. Right now, of course, shower and thunderstorm development pretty limited, at least in Cass County. We're starting to see this cluster of thunderstorms make their way into Morris County, but as you can see right now, Morris County pretty much just dealing with some light rain. The strongest of this thunderstorm is going to move to the north and to the east of Morris County for the most part. So this again continues to move up closer towards Ashdown and Texarkana, right along the polygons line. So if you happen to be through central or southern Morris County in particular, you've got this cluster of thunderstorms through Pittsburgh headed your way, but for the most part though, you'll be fine through the rest of the afternoon. So Lori talking about White House. White House as of right now, it looks like is fine for the most part. I mean, some showers are headed your way, thunderstorms as well throughout parts of Smith County. And this cluster of heavy rain that you can see just to the west of White House, you'll, I'm sure, have some pockets of rain pick up. You probably hear some rumbles of thunder off in the distance too. Tornado watch is in effect in White House until 7 p.m. So again, make sure you have a plan in place and you keep an eye on the weather at least until it gets to your east. And then once this line moves past White House, we'll start to see the severe weather threat decrease as we head through the rest of the afternoon. Steve asking about Jefferson or Marshall. Jefferson or Marshall definitely has a slightly greater chance at picking up on severe weather by the end of this afternoon, and that is due to how much closer it is to Louisiana and how much more of a ripe environment that we have to work with in Louisiana. So right now, Harrison, Marion counties are rain-free outside of maybe some sprinkles, but this line is headed your way, and I'll zoom out and put it into motion just so I can kind of give a little more perspective on it. As this line continues to move farther and farther to the east, we've got an environment that's untapped. We have an environment that hasn't had any type of thunderstorm activity work through it. This includes Cass County, Marion County, and Harrison County near Marshall and Jefferson this afternoon. And as this line moves farther and farther into this environment, we can expect for thunderstorms to develop, and it's likely that we have a couple of stronger thunderstorms around Jefferson and Marshall a little later this afternoon. But as far as a guaranteed warning on that, it's something that it's only if the storms themselves are able to tap into the ripe environment that we have currently in this location. So, Carrie, does tornado watch mean it will happen or no? So, a tornado watch does not mean that we will have tornadoes occur. So, we'll go back to the tornado watch just as a refresh for everyone in case you missed the start of this. This is where our tornado watch is currently in effect. All of these counties that you see in yellow, this includes the I-30 corridor, this includes Cass County, Marion, and Harrison counties around Jefferson, Marshall, Gilmer, Pittsburgh, Longview, Tyler, Quitman, Mineola under a tornado watch, Henderson, Center, as well as Carthage, Hemp Hill, St. Augustine, Nacogdoches, Lufkin, Crockett, Groveton, and even into Henderson. So pretty much for all of us, we've got this watch until 7 p.m. This means that our atmosphere is ripe and that we could have a tornado warning issued, which would indicate that there's rotation that we have to monitor, or a worst case scenario, a tornado actually on the ground. When there's a watch issued, this just means our ingredients, such as energy for storms to work with, the amount of spin in our atmosphere, these ingredients combined together could produce a tornado. But right now, there's no active tornado warnings. This just shows us that we have an environment that's ripe all throughout these counties for tornado development. So we're not necessarily dealing with active, strong thunderstorms right now, but certainly we have an environment that could produce tornadic activity later on. And again, as a refresher, if you're just joining us on the stream, the strongest of thunderstorms today will occur well away from East Texas. As a matter of fact, southeastern Arkansas, if you have some folks who live along 20 near Monroe or throughout the Delta River Valley around Mississippi and into Memphis, that is the best chance at picking up on a severe thunderstorm or a tornado later on today. But certainly we have our own threat level, and as this system continues to move across the region as it is right now, it's going to gradually intensify, and it will really start to intensify closer to 6 o'clock as it crosses over the border into Arkansas as well as Louisiana. So this is where we're looking right now. We've got a severe thunderstorm warning that's moved away from Morris County. This will move into Arkansas as we head through the next 15 to 30 minutes, and we're starting to see this line slowly strengthen, and you can tell that by our activity getting a little more clustered, a little stronger, a little more organized, and this will move off to the east. And again, as it moves into this ripe environment that's been relatively storm-free or even shower-free through most of the day, this is where we can expect some intensifying to occur, and then it really intensifies once it gets across the state border right along I-20 and continues to move well into Louisiana. So we're going to go ahead and walk through future skycasts through the rest of this event. You can see where it does a pretty good job at picking up on our thunderstorms along the line. And notice how as it moves farther to the east, we get some clusters that intensify. Within this particular cluster on future skycasts that intensifies, again, damaging gusts of wind are possible. We could get some hail as big as quarters in these areas. We could also have a tornado warning issued. So I do want to note that these particular simulations on future skycasts, this is not exactly how this event plays out. It just gives us an idea of what we can expect and what radar might look like once we get later into the afternoon. By 3 and 4 o'clock in the afternoon, we start to see more thunderstorm development and intensification right along the Texas-Louisiana border. So closer to 4 o'clock, I think our main threat starts to shift into places such as Marshall, Carthage, Center, Hemp Hill, St. Augustine. And then once we get closer to 5 and in 6 o'clock, at that point, the strongest of thunderstorms start to move away from our eastern counties in deep East Texas, and from there continuing to move into Louisiana, and intensification starts to increase, and that's where we have to keep an eye out for a tornado warned storm, at least well away from us. Thankfully, you can see on future skycasts by 6 o'clock, we're pretty much dry, and on the backside of the system, we are going to get some good clearing, which would indicate that showers and thunderstorms are gone, and that we actually will cool off very quickly as we head head into the night tonight. So that's some good news, of course, that once we get into this evening, if you have any dinner plans later on or just hanging out with your friends or family for Friday night, we're not going to be bad at all, and the strongest of thunderstorms get away from us, so we don't have to deal with a nighttime event. But certainly through the rest of the afternoon, this is where we continue to keep our focus. We'll do one last check of Facebook comments here over the next couple of minutes, and then we'll need to reset and get ready for our 5 o'clock shows, and we'll keep an eye out on radar here in the CBS19 Weather Center. But we do have showers and storms that are picking up across much of the region. Colton says it's really windy in Henderson, but no rain. Our own Jesus Martinez talking about rain picking up in Tyler, specifically in South Tyler, and you can see that along the line where it's starting to intensify. So we don't have any indications of any more warnings being issued as of right now in East Texas, but again, certainly something that we'll be keeping a very close eye out for as we head throughout the rest of the day. So right now we've got some pockets of heavier rainfall right along I-30. Here's a severe thunderstorm warning that will be allowed to expire, I think, in the next 4 minutes. You can see that the heaviest of rain has moved away from Titus, Franklin, and Morris counties up towards far northern Texas, right along the state line and the Red River. So thankfully this severe thunderstorm warning goes away, and we'll see the strongest of activity within this particular cluster of thunderstorms also move well away. And you can see where we just have showers and rumbles of thunder near Mount Pleasant, Naples, Dangerfield as well, right along the I-30 corridor. This is where we've got some clusters of thunderstorms that are currently moving right now. Cass County, you're okay though. Linden, dry right now, but certainly need to stay on guard as we head through the rest of the afternoon. A little farther south and west along the line, Pittsburgh picking up on some pockets of rain, Brumley and Gilmer throughout Upshur County. You're also picking up on some pockets of rainfall near Hawkins, Gladewater. You're picking up on some pockets of rainfall. Kelly says nothing in Jacksonville quite yet. The line's starting to redevelop, and I do see some showers throughout southern Cherokee County and northern Cherokee County as well, where this activity will start to slowly increase for you over the next hour to an hour and a half. But certainly as of right now, nothing to note that's extremely dangerous, but certainly still need to stay on guard because Cherokee County and Jacksonville currently still under a tornado watch until 7 p.m. We'll do a last look here along Smith County. You can see where the line has intensified near New Chapel Hill, White House. The strongest of thunderstorms with this line now starting to move just to the east of downtown Tyler. But those of you in Chapel Hill, you're going to pick up on some more rain here shortly, really any minute now. Browning, you're going to get some very heavy rain any moment now. And you folks in places like Kilgore, Pirtle, Overton, Turnertown, Arp, even up towards Gregg County near White Oak, Longview, Liberty City, this line is headed your way as we head through the next hour. Right now, though, no warnings, just some thunderstorms that we've got to keep an eye out for. And again, this tornado watch that we have in effect is in place until 7 p.m. and we're going to continue to see redevelopment, I believe, of some stronger thunderstorms a little farther to the east. So right now, the line's starting to pick up some steam. We'll see thunderstorms that'll develop a little farther down the south and west of it near Palestine and Jacksonville. This will continue to move farther to the east. You folks in Cass County, Marion, and Harrison counties need to stay weather aware through 7 p.m. You folks in Longview, another hour to an hour and a half, you're going to get some more heavy rain, thunderstorms to blow through your area and throughout deep East Texas as well. We'll keep an eye out on showers and thunderstorms that are going to try to tap into this rich environment that we have to work with. And as a recap, by around 6 p.m., all of this heavy rain, thunderstorm activity will start to move farther and farther to the east. And as we see this line move farther into Louisiana, we'll start to see our counties get dropped from a tornado watch that's currently in place. And we do have our ticker running up on the air, so you can keep an eye out on your county to see how much longer your tornado watch is in effect. And of course, we'll be live at 5 o'clock this evening with your latest update. So I'm Chief Meteorologist Brett Anthony. He's out of town this weekend. I'm Meteorologist Chandlor Jordan here in the CBS19 Weather Center. Hopefully you stay safe this afternoon. Remember, 2 ways to receive weather alerts as we head through the rest of these next couple of hours this afternoon. And of course, if we need to break into programming because of a tornado warning, we'll be sure to do so. And if you don't catch us on TV, you can also right here on our mobile platforms, Facebook, you'll be able to keep an eye out on tornado warnings as we do coverage through the rest of this afternoon. So stay safe out there, keep an eye out on radar, and we'll have another update for you through the afternoon and coming up at 5 o'clock right here on CBS 19.